I'm going to show you something in a little bit because I find this quite funny. So I almost did not film today because the inspiration was not there. I was almost desperate. I'll be honest with you. I looked at all my books. I went on Pinterest. I went on even Instagram to try and get some inspiration. Nothing was coming to me. Absolutely nothing. And out of sheer desperation, I thought, no, you gotta plow through this. You have to do something. And so I grabbed a piece of paper, taped it to the board, and just played with colors that I haven't played with in a while. These two colors are Primatech colors. Well, there's not only two colors, but the two main colors are Kyanite Genuine and Red Fuchsite Genuine by Daniel Smith. So these are Primatech colors, which means that they're highly reflective. There's genuine stones in them. Of course, now you're blinded by the gold, but you'll see it in the photo. So I just dumped color. I splashed water. I did what I had to do, and then slowly an idea came to mind. I thought, okay, it's going to be an abstract, and I'm going to resort to doodling because that's usually something that gets me out of a funk. And so I started doodling with the brush, as you saw at the beginning, and I wasn't crazy about it, so I reached for the marker. And as soon as I started doodling with the marker, I realized that what I had done with the brush had to go. Even though this is not entirely an abstract because there's a definite there's flowers there and leaves and a vase, so we can pretty much tell that what it is without any doubt. However, the look of it is abstract-ish because of the rest. It's not like in a normal setting. It's not like a nice background and everything. It still is disturbed by some abstract lines. So even though that's kind of like the style, it still has to be cohesive in my mind anyway. So because I had two different styles of doodling, one had to go because otherwise it would have been too confusing. So that's why I grabbed my brush and I got rid of things that didn't make sense anymore. So the doodling here with the brush, I wasn't aware that I could dilute this color with the brush without leaving too much of a mark. So I ended up covering it with gold. In hindsight, I wish I had done just that pink color. But anyways, because that gold covers quite well. And then later on I realized that I got rid of two blobs, one here and one here, and then some kind of like lines going through them or motifs. I realized that it was easy to lift, probably because it's not a staining color. Maybe, I don't know. Anyways, it just lifted very easily. So I wish I'd done that before. But anyways, the gold is there to stay. It has its purpose. It's there to correct something. The other thing that I did also is this was a blank spot in the paper. But it was just like this spot and it was too distracting for me. So I kind of carried that white throughout the pebble-ish, I guess, motif, which I probably will add a little bit because I find that it's still a little bit too structured. It needs to be spread out a little bit. I didn't bother with the one at the bottom here. I don't know why. I just didn't feel like it. And then finally the little dots just adds a little bit of whimsical to this mess right there in the middle. Now, when I looked at my work when I finished filming, I realized that this kind of style brings me back to one of my very first pieces that I did in watercolor when I started on this watercolor journey. And I keep thinking it's 3 years ago, but it's only 2 years ago. And I grabbed my journal. This is my very first journal. I don't think I've ever did a flip through. It says here, never did a flip through. Maybe I didn't, I don't know. But look at this. Okay, so it's, you have to look at this way, but I won't be able to show you the whole thing in one shot. But look at this. Doesn't that look a little bit like the style I just did? Isn't that funny? And I love this piece, by the way. Here you can see it. Here. It's a tree. It's a tree, and I've got parts of the lyrics of that Led Zeppelin song. Stairway to Heaven. Whoa, blank moment there. But I love this piece. I did this 2 years ago, so I feel like I haven't improved because I really like it. But yeah, anyways, that's that. So that piece that I did today reminded me of it. So I think that's quite funny. Just wanted to mention that. Anyways, all this to say that I learn a lot about myself every time I make a video. I also learn new things. I learn to trust my instinct, and every single piece that I do brings me something. And so I'm very glad that I'm on this journey of showing my art every day of the week to you guys. And I do appreciate all the comments and all the encouragements that you guys send me. You are fantastic, and I'm so blessed with all of you. I'm also blessed with my awesome patrons who support my art over at Patreon. You guys are awesome. And that's pretty much it. As usual, I will leave the list of supplies in the description of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic and creative day, and I will see you tomorrow.